Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Thanks for hanging out with me in the fish room. So today I've got an exciting video. Today we are heading back out to Sam's house. Sam is the person that I buy all of my guppies from. As I've told you guys before, all the guppies that I sell on the site, none of them are import. All of them are bred here locally, and they're all bred by Sam. He is an absolute professional at breeding guppies. He probably breeds over 1,000 a month, if not more. He's dealing with about 25 different lines right now. It's just absolutely incredible, and the knowledge that he has on breeding guppies just blows me away. I always have a million questions for him while I'm there, so I decided to go there this time, ask him a bunch of questions so that you guys can maybe take a little bit of what his knowledge and use that to help you in your breeding process, because I promise you it is going to help you. So let's head on out to Sam's and let's learn some amazing stuff. Okay, so first of all, as we're talking about breeding guppies, when you first start off, what are you, like, how are you getting your breeding stock?
So first we'll have to import them from overseas. I usually import them from Thailand or Vietnam. And usually when I order them, I order like a whole lot, so that way it will save on the shipping. And then you know, when you import them, they die a lot. You have to order some extra.
So when you first order them, which specific ones are you ordering? Are you just finding one online that you find that's new and like, hey, I want that?
Well, first when you start it, you will find what you like first, and then when you in the breeding, and then later you will find something else that you like. You see new stuff that you like, and you order more, you keep ordering more, and then you got a whole fish room.
Okay, so the guppies come in, and so what's the first thing that you do then to start breeding them?
So, as always, you have to acclimate them, and then, quarantine them. And then after that, if you're lucky enough, you've got some baby out of them, and then it's a good start from there.
When they come in, do they keep the males and females separate when they sell them to you initially, or sometimes the female's already hit?
Well, usually they will sell the female that already hit, because when they are breeding over there, they usually put the male and female together. Not like us here, we will separate them and then pick out the good one from the line. But overseas, usually they just breed them as like a whole big, lot. They're not gonna breeding just like 10 like these, They're gonna do like a farm, It's not gonna be like small setup like this.
So what you're doing though is you're not trying to create a new line. You're basically trying to take an existing line from overseas, get it over here into America, and get it breeding in our waters.
Yeah. So try to get it used to our water, and then from there, if you get the fry from the whole batch, you will need to select them and get a better stock out of them later. So you need to spend time on those. Stuff that come from overseas, you never know how they're gonna breed. Usually they'll be mixing something in there.
So how many generations does it usually take you before you have good solid breeders?
It'll be 2 generations. 2,
okay.
Mm-hmm. Usually when F2 is where you can see like the most, the select breeding work. Like these guys, these guys F1, the tail doesn't have like these,
So the breeders that come in do, but the F1s, which is the first generation, don't have as good a tail as you want.
They will have like all the color, but not all the shape, and their body is not like this. Their shape and body are really thin, not like these guys. Usually these guys really strong, big body, So like I said, you have to work until you have the second generation, so that all the fish come out more of the way you want to.
Are you noticing with some of the fish that you bring in that there must be something artificial going on, whether it's through food or dyeing or something, because you're not getting the colors that you would see when the fish actually first come in?
Really, I have no idea, you know, how they raise them over there. You know, you only know that when you get a fish look like this, but sometimes, you know, after a few days, it's not the same fish that you bought.
Yeah.
You know? It's a lot factor that when they raise them, what kind of background they raise them in, and what kind of water they raise them in. Sometimes with the new water, the new environment, new background, they change the color of fish too. Like these guys, if I put in a black background, the color it get even better if I put in a black background.
Oh, okay. Okay, so water quality. What do you do to your water for your guppies?
Right now, I only do tap water, and I treat them with stretch cold, decolonate water. That's all. I try to get it as simple as can. Before I'll use our water, but now I change to tap water. So when people get my guppy, they will get easier for the guppy to adapt to the new home.
Okay, so let's go to, show me where some of your breeders are and kind of explain the setup that you have for just your breeders.
So usually I put my breeder in those styrofoam box. For every box I put maybe like 6 female and maybe a couple male in there. And those are the fry that, you know, they born in there and they just roll up in there. I didn't scoop them out yet.
So you're taking multiple pairs and you're putting them inside this plastic container, and then whenever they release, are you pulling the females when you see them pregnant in there, or are you letting them release in there?
I'll let them release in there and let them do their job in there.
And so the fry will drop out through the holes.
Yep.
And then when do you remove any fry from this situation?
Well, I mean, if I have spay, I'll remove them immediately after, you know, first or second day, because these water are too high. It's not good for the fry. Some of the fry 2 weeks, they won't live into in that, you know, water, because too high water, the fry cannot swim up and down. So the chance of losing fries are really high if you put them in there.
Okay, so then where is the situation where, because I see that you have females that you purposely remove. Where are those females starting from before you remove them into these smaller containers?
So those females are actually from the tank that I bred. So if I bred them in here, so this way I can see which one is about to ready to drop fly. So that way I will take them out and put them in those container. So when they by themselves, when they give birth, they're not gonna eat their fry because they are not straight. Usually when you put like a whole bunch of female in here, when they release their fry, they the mom that released their fry, she's not gonna eat the fry, but the other female will eat them.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so how do you determine when the time is to remove the female?
That will require a lot of sperm to look at the female.
So just years of knowing, it's kind of looking at the gravid spot to kind of see
yes,
at what extent it's in. So in your mind, when you remove a female, how long do you think it is before they're about to have fry?
When I remove a female, for sure it will be maximum 3 to 4 days.
Maximum. So you've done this enough now that it's down to a science in your brain of when to pull them.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go over here and let's look at one of the setups here where. So explain what's going on over here.
So these are the female that ready to give birth. So it's over here. They will be by themselves in their buckets like this. So
okay.
Over here you see a lot of fry here. people say albino fish, they all eat their fry. This is albino blue topaz. They not eat their fry. You see a lot of fry in there. She's not gonna touch any of them.
So just due to the fact that she's the only one in there, she's not going to eat it.
She's not going to eat that.
It's when there's other females are the ones that are eating it because it's not their fry.
Yep.
And so you use these smaller containers for multiple purposes. One of them being is it's shallow and the fry have a better chance. So explain again why fry struggle in deeper waters.
Especially for albino fry, because when they born, you see the fry are really small, they really weak, so usually they will stay on the bottom. And when they need air, they will come up to the surface to breeding. So if somehow the fry born, you know, a day or 2 days early, when the female stress, they will she will release the fry early, so the fry will be really weak. And when the water is too deep, the fry are not gonna make it. They're not gonna, you know, they cannot make it up to the surface to grab some air. So unlike those non-albino, their fry look, you know, it look bigger than the albino. Compared to the albino, these are almost like doubles of the size of the albino.
And those are what?
These are the purple dragon.
Oh, purple dragon. Okay. And so, how long before you remove like this female?
It'll be 2 days. Usually, the mom will give birth the first day, and then she will be done the next day. So 2 days, you will leave her in here for 2 days, and then you just put her back in her breeding tank.
And then how long do the fry stay in this container?
4 weeks until they are, you know, stronger. They get a little bit bigger. Then you can transfer them to the 10-gallon tank. From there, they're gonna be okay in that 10-gallon tank.
What's your feeding process on one of these containers?
Live brine shrimp for the baby, twice a day. Right now, I only feed twice a day because I don't have time.
But in the best situation, you would do it how often?
It will be 4 to 5 times.
Because they'll grow so much faster.
They will grow even faster. Right now, I only have 2 times that. Before I go to work, I feed them, and then after work, I feed them. That's the only.
And so after that time, after 4 weeks or so, you'll move them into the 10-gallon. Will they continue their grow out? And then at about what age are they ready to sell?
So the process right now I'm doing is I'm gonna raise the fry once they in the 10-gallon tank. I'm gonna raise them for a month, and then right now is the top season, so I'm gonna transfer them to the top because they roll out better with the big, larger volume of water. Because I use like a 27-gallon tub, so they roll even faster in the tub compared to the tank. If they are in the tank, it will take them at least 3.5 months to 4 months before we can sell them.
Okay. And then what about the setup that you have outside in your green room?
My greenhouse, if I transfer a month-old fry out there, usually it would only took them 1.5 months outside. So you're saving a lot of time if you do so much up outside.
So the position that you're in right now, because you have so many fish breeding, is you're just trying to maximize every ounce of space that you have. So you've kind of got a little bit going on in different areas. Like, for instance, what is this a grow out over here in this one?
That's a roll out.
Okay. So are you making? You're not really looking at dates. You're going by eye and looking at it and going, this is ready to sell.
It's just too much for me to handle right now with work and everything, you know, just look by eye.
So you need to hire someone is basically what you're telling me. I know the feeling. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. You guys got any questions or comments, be sure and leave them down below, and I will get with Sam and get you some answers. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.